Hi, my name's Adam Gonzalez. I am the CEO for COSTEP and also the Real South Texas Education and Community Development Foundation.
Well, Adam, it's great to catch up with you. I'll tell the viewers why it's such an honor to catch up with you, because you've been rather busy and you've been traveling a lot, so it's good to catch up with you. But first of all, today we're at an event with RGV Focus. It's their summer retreat, and for me, you were the keynote speaker. What was the message you wanted to get across to this audience?
I wanted to get the message across of what COSTEP and the foundation RESTEF is currently doing right now. Really, more so the foundation. We are supporting programs and grants and endowments in the 7-county region, which we call Real South Texas. And really what we are focused on is, again, post-secondary and workforce development programs that are geared towards target occupations. And what I mean by target occupations is in-demand occupations, occupations that are going unfilled in the region. We have a lot of occupations that are well above, $20 an hour that are going unfilled because the skill sets, people are not pursuing those types of certificates or those types of degrees for the region.
Can you give some examples? What sort of jobs are we talking about?
We're talking about the educational system. Just in our educational system, we need, elementary, middle school, and the high school teachers. The nursing, the healthcare industry is big as well. Even in the business industry, accountants, auditors, and things like that are not graduating at the level to fill the positions that are available in our region. So a lot of what happens though is the brain drain. A lot of our best and brightest decide to leave, for either the northern part of our state or even out of state and pursue an education elsewhere. And so we are lacking, those individuals to fill those positions.
What do you think the feedback was? I know you're up on the stage and people are not asking you questions, but do you think your message got across? Is that what they wanted to hear from you?
I think it is, and I think we're not unique in that manner. I think a lot of the organizations that are here today have a similar focus than what our focus is. What we need to do though is collaborate together, augment those efforts. I'll pull towards one focus and continue to collaborate so that we can create exponential results and create impact in the region and get those degrees graduated and those positions filled as well.
So before we turned the video on, I was saying to you that my thought is that not too many people know about COSTEP here in the Valley or Laredo, because you're in Laredo as well. So tell us, when did COSTEP start? And all these years you have been in operation, what have you been doing? Okay,
so COSTEP was created back in 1972. Okay, we operated since 72 in the late 70s. Started as a regional economic development organization for a 4-county area. So in the late 70s, COSTEP transitioned from a regional economic development organization to more of a workforce development organization in education. We became a student loan servicer. We also started the South Texas Higher Education Authority, which was a secondary market for student loans, which now is the foundation that we operate. So those two organizations were instrumental in not only granting scholarship monies throughout the region, but also assisting parents and students with their student loans. And not only financing their student loans, but we had several financial literacy programs. We did that till about 2009 when the federal government took away the old federal family education loan program. And at that point, all loans became direct loans where they cut out the middleman, which was the banks. So in essence, it cut out almost 100% of the not-for-profit organizations such as ours that provided those services to the community. And so the board of directors of both organizations at that point decided what comes next. So we did an assessment of the region, of the educational system and the economic development systems here in the region, and came up with 6 priorities that we are currently operating under. And so COSTEP is now a regional economic development organization that serves a 7-county region, and the foundation is a private foundation that serves the same 7-county region, but focused on specific programs that are in demand and they're in need in the region at this point.
You're one of the rare groups here in the Valley that also embraces Laredo. That's unusual.
Yes, historically, our board has always been made up of individuals from Laredo to Brownsville, and so we felt the passion of keeping them, in the loop. They're a great stakeholder for the region. It creates, from a regional perspective, it creates a broader set of industries that we can attract to the region. And really, when you stop and think about it, what's good for one is good for the rest. The more industry we have in this 7-county region, Laredo's big on logistics. Now Brownsville is big in aerospace. McAllen, Brownsville has always been big in manufacturing. So we're trying to attract industries throughout the region to make a better environment of economic development for the 7 counties.
How long have you been the executive director now?
I am CEO since April 1st.
CEO. So quite new. Is it your plan to make COSTEP more well known in the community? Is that something that needs to happen?
Yes, I think COSTEP needs to definitely collaborate more with other stakeholders. COSTEP cannot do it alone. There are other various economic development organizations, especially we have over 40 economic development organizations in our 7-county region. We're not trying to replace them. We're trying to augment. We're looking for white spaces. We're looking for efforts of collaboration where we can augment their efforts and we can continue to provide our program of work.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the thing I alluded to at the very beginning, where you've been traveling rather a lot. This is the part I'm just looking forward to interviewing you about. You've been to Europe, specifically Britain, France, and Germany, and you were with some very special VIPs.
Yes, I had the privilege of traveling with Texas EDC, the corporation, Texas Economic Development Corporation, which is the economic development of the governor's office. Also had the privilege of traveling with the Secretary of State and also the First Lady. And ultimately, the governor joined us at the latter part of our leg in Paris. Really promoting the region, promoting the 7-county, promoting the assets that exist here, the educational system, the great educational system that exists here, not only in the K-12 space, but also in the higher education space.
Well, let me ask this. I wouldn't have thought there were too many people in Britain, France, or Germany who've heard of the Rio South Texas region. So how were you received?
I was received well, made many contacts. Not only with some site selectors, but also with specific people from industry that we definitely are following up with. Some in the aerospace industry, some in the tech industry, that are very interested in looking at our region. And that's really what COSTEP is about. It's about creating awareness of what we have here, the jewel that we have here, not only in the Rio Grande Valley, which is what we consider the 4-county region, but also the Laredo side, and just promoting the entire region as a whole.
So what were your selling points when you met with those site selectors and those specific industries?
Well, definitely our young workforce that we have, our educational system to train that workforce, and definitely the synergies that exist here and the collaboration that exists here to try to attract business. The binational dynamic that we have with Mexico is big. Very interested companies in this area because of the young workforce that we have. Our median age combined is roughly about 30 years old, which is the beginning of a career. So those people have many years of work ahead of them. Our birth rates, natural birth rates, and even migration is a positive one. So we definitely have the workforce of the future for them.
So fair to say that Europe was interested in the Rio Grande Valley and Laredo?
They are very interested in Texas. Again, as a delegation, we participated with the greater SATX. We also participated with the Borderplex Alliance as Texas, representing Texas, but specifically had a chance to feature our 7-county region here in what we call Rio South Texas.
Do you want to give a shout out to that Austin-based group that put the tour together, and also to the First Lady and the Secretary of State for for being on the trip?
Yes, definitely. I want to shout out because they put a great program together. Texas EDC, the Texas EDC, Texas Economic Development Corporation, and also the Office of the Governor. They were very, very instrumental in setting up this trip, had the right key stakeholders of each one of the countries lined up for us to meet with them, and we're able to feature, each one of us were able to feature our region.
I know it was all work and not much pleasure, I'm sure, working hard, making those contacts, but from the 3 countries you visited, did you get any sightseeing done at all, and any famous places you visited?
The only sightseeing I got to see was from the van that we were traveling back and forth to the meetings. Approximately 20 meetings in a 1-week period doesn't leave a lot of time for sightseeing, but you know, we went there for a purpose, and we served that purpose.
And on behalf of the people of the Valley and Laredo, you were delivering for us and spreading the word about our region and what we have to offer.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Adam, thank you so much. Have I missed anything out? Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I mean, if you have an idea for collaboration on the economic development side, don't hesitate to contact COSTEP. If you have an idea on a collaboration for in the educational system, post-secondary and workforce development, don't hesitate to contact RESTF. We're here to
How do
assist.
they reach you?
They can reach us either through the website or my email. It's www.costep.org, and my email is agonzalez@costep.org.
Adam, thank you so much for today's interview.
All right, thank you.